How y'all doing? I thought I'd just start eating the truck this time. Some of y'all like that video, apparently, so I thought I knew it. As soon as I saw my cousin do them truck videos, I was like, oh, I gotta do that. Get on that train right there. You know what I mean? Here's the deal. I was thinking. I got on that Facebook thing this morning, and my cousin was talking about. He posted something, and he's like, "All lives matter," and I was like, "What? Well, that makes sense. I mean, they do. I hope, right? Like, shouldn't they?" I mean, we talk about like pro-life and stuff. Like, we're supposed to be all about life. You know what I mean? We're for it. We're for life. And then he says like all lives matter, and I'm like, well, that makes sense, you know. And I was like, well, what brought that up? And he's like, oh, he's like, oh, there's a bunch of black people, and they think they matter. I was like, what? Don't they though? Like, aren't they supposed to matter? Like, isn't that what that means? You know, don't y'all, you know what I mean? Well, I was a little discombobulated up there, you know what I mean? I was like, none of this makes any sense. Why are you gonna be upset about people saying their lives matter, and then be like, all lives matter? So I was like, I had to call up. I got a black friend. You gotta have one. They'll tell you some stuff here. You like, if you barbecuing and you mess it up, boy, they'll tell you. Let me tell you right there. They'll tell you not to put raisins and stuff, and I'm with them 100% of the way there. You don't put raisins in. Like, people put raisins and stuff. What the hell's going on with that? Anyways, but I digress. We're talking, and so I was like, hey, I was like, do all lives matter? Or is it just like the black ones? Or like, what? How does this work? And he's like, man, you're about plumb. My wife says I can't say the R word. So I'm gonna skip that, but he said it, not me. He said it, but I think, I don't know how that works. I know some people can say things and other people can't say things, and that's fine. I'm just trying to be respectful out here, you know what I mean? Anyways, I was asking about that, and he's like, well, here's the deal. This is what this thing's about. See, if you get pulled over and you got a beer, the cop probably gonna be a little upset, you know what I mean? Back home, I mean, he might have been like, come on, LeRoy, like, you need to stop that. Like, you better go home. You can't be driving around with them beers. Going home now. And I was like, all right, yeah, that happened a time or two. And I stopped doing that because I was told that, it's like, that's not a smart thing to be doing, you know? Because, I mean, what if a deer jumps out, or porcupine, or like a bear or something, or like, you're kind of drinking, or you're just paying attention, you're drinking, you don't see it, you know what I mean? Like, and you don't got no, they say you don't have any reflexes. We got every truck in the county drive by here. Anyways, I'm like, yeah, I guess that's right. That's why I just sit in the yard now, You sit in the yard. I think that's all right. As long as you don't have no keys or nothing, I think, right? I mean, I can't drive this thing right now. I don't got no keys. Anyways, but I digress again. So he's like, but if I did the same thing, they lock the key or take the key and throw it away and stuff. You know what I mean? They lock me away. And I was like, well, were you nice? And he's like, oh, man, come on. And I was like, I mean, you just got to do what they tell you. And he's like, that's what we're trying to say. Y'all pardon me. I'm gonna hope you don't mind if I smoke. Well, it's my truck. I'll do what I dang well please up in here. Let old LeRoy tell you what my buddy told me. Basically, here's the deal. They ain't saying like, only Black Lives Matter. I mean, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? They're just saying, you know, we matter, like we do too. You know what I mean? Like them colored fellers are just out there, you know, they're just trying to live their life just like you and me. You know, and they just, you know, they getting shot at by the cops and stuff like that. And they like kneeling on them or some shit. I thought we weren't supposed to be kneeling. I thought that was a big thing there. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to be kneeling at all. That's what I was told. And they're kneeling on the black people and killing them. Killing them little colored fellers, and that ain't good. You ain't supposed to do that. They ain't supposed to do that. That's what they're upset about. You know, and he's like, you know what, here, let me show you this website right there. And it had a bunch of words and pictures and stuff. Well, the pictures helped out a lot, but, and it was talking about like, if you got like 100 white people and you got 100 black people, you know, like a lot more of the black people would be getting in trouble for no reason than like, you know, white people. You know what I mean? And that's what they're upset about. That's what it is. And then I got to think about that. All lives matter. And I was like, dang it, my cousin's kind of dumb. If they had like a big like a breast cancer rally. And I mean, you know what? I tell you what, I'm behind stopping breast cancer. You know what I mean? You don't want no breast cancer. That's the most beautiful thing on earth. You don't want cancer in it. What if them babies are in there? You know, they're trying to get milk from their mama and stuff, and now they're drinking cancer. You know what I mean? You got to stop that. What if we were at one of them, you know, one of them cancer rallies, you know, they do every once in a while, and they wear all them pink stuff. And I was like, yeah, but what about me? I got athlete's foot. You know what I mean? I ain't got it right now. Y'all don't worry. I ain't got it right now. You know, what, I mean, like, you know what I mean? What about, you know, all diseases matter? You know, that just sounds silly to me. I mean, it sounded good at first. It did. It really did. I was like, yeah, I think all lives matter. I think that's pretty good. But then I understood. And it took me a little while, you know. Old LeRoy, I don't think too good all the time, but you know, I think I'm thinking good enough to realize it. Like maybe that ain't it. You know what I mean? That ain't time to be yelling at. Like we should have been, you know, like we should have been saying all lives matter like a long time ago. You know what I mean? Before we started making sure that we didn't, you know. That's all them colored fellers are trying to say is just, you know, don't shoot at us and stuff just because we're, you know, driving around or whatever. There's one, this should boil your blood a little bit. Let me tell you, this one feller he's driving and they pull him over, you know, for whatever. Apparently, that's the thing that he was saying, like, they get pulled over a lot. And I'm like, y'all need to learn how to drive. You know, like, if the cops show, you don't just hold your beer up here, you know, you set it down a little bit. And he's like, that's not it, man. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? I was like, I don't know. I've been asking myself that every day. Anyways, he's like, but he got pulled over. His name was Philandro Castile, and he got pulled over. And he had his wife or his girlfriend or something, and his little girl, like right there, and he had a gun, like everybody does. You know, you got a gun. Everybody's got a gun, and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Officer, man, I got a gun. You know, and I just want to let you know." And then all of a sudden, he just shot him, like right there in front of his little girl and stuff like that. Now, I mean, that gets your goat right there. Like, he's just trying to be a good American citizen, you know, that Second Amendment and stuff, and they just shot him for it. And that's the problem. That's really the problem about that All Lives Matter shit. If I go to a Garth Brooks concert, okay, I'm not gonna be standing around yelling like all country music artists matter. You know, I'm at a Garth Brooks concert. You know, that's the thing we're paying attention to right there. Is that Garth Brooks? You know, later on we can talk about all them other country artists, but right now, you know, that's it. That's what it is right there. You know, they're trying to say, you know, right now we're trying to, you know, hey y'all, you know, stop killing us, you know. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm venting a little bit here. But I just want to let y'all know about that All Lives Matter stuff. That's some goofy shit right there. You know what I mean? Trying to talk about, you know, all shoe sizes matter. Well, I need a size 12 right now is what I need. You know, the shoe guy there at Walmart's like, he's like, well, you know, you might need a size 12, but you know, all sizes matter. Like, well, it ain't doing me no good right now. You know what I mean? So that's it. I just want to let y'all know about that. That's some goofy shit right there. I didn't realize that. You know, it sounds good at first. You know what I mean? It sounds real good right there. But don't buy into that bullshit. You know what I mean? All babies matter. That's what I'm gonna do. My cousin's about to have a little baby girl. We're gonna go to birthing and shit. I mean, not directly, you know what I mean, a little bit afterwards. And I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna give him a card that says all babies matter. I think that, you know, I mean, you know what I mean? So hey, I hope this was good for you. Y'all stick around, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be making some more stuff here. Hope y'all like it. If you like this shirt right here, you like that, put some South in your mouth, boy. Put some South in your mouth. Woo! Yeah! Why is there always a dump truck driving past my house? What's the problem? Jesus Christ, it's hot in here. Why the hell is my cousin in his truck making videos? That's dumb as hell. He's like, and I don't know. He them colored. Am I allowed to say that? Colored fillers? We supposed to say that? I know you can't say the N-word. You don't want to say that. That ain't right. That's just downright mean. You know what I mean? And then my baby popped out. There she was, and I was like, all babies matter. Woo!